Marco knew only poverty. He knew hunger. He knew fear. His town in Honduras, once vibrant, was now ruled by gangs. They stole their meager earnings. They threatened their families. They took their young. Marco saw no future but violence. He saw no choice but to leave. Leaving his mother and sisters was agony, but staying meant risking his life, his very soul. America, the land of opportunity, beckoned. It held the promise of safety, of work, of a future. Marco joined others like him. They carried little but hope. They yearned for a better life. They were ready to risk everything for it. Goodbyes were tearful, filled with uncertainty. Mothers clung to sons. Sisters whispered prayers. The weight of their expectations, their love, settled heavily on Marco's shoulders. He vowed to succeed, to send money back, to one day bring them to safety. He clung to that promise as he walked away, his heart heavy, his resolve firm.
The journey north was long and arduous. They walked for days, their bodies aching, their spirits tested. The caravan snaked through dusty roads, a river of humanity united by a common goal: survival. They shared their meager food, their dwindling water, their stories of loss and hope. There was Maria, fleeing with her baby, her husband lost to the gangs. There was old Roberto, his eyes reflecting years of hardship yet holding on to the dream of seeing his children again. There were moments of laughter too, brief respites from the fear and exhaustion. They sang songs of their homeland, their voices echoing in the vast landscape. They shared stories of their dreams, of the lives they would build in America. In those shared moments, Marco found strength. He saw courage reflected in the eyes of his companions. He drew inspiration from their resilience, their unwavering belief in a brighter future.
Mexico greeted them with scorching sun and unforgiving terrain. The days blurred into an endless cycle of walking, resting, walking again. Hunger gnawed at their bellies, thirst parched their throats. The air shimmered with heat, the ground reflecting the relentless sun. Blisters formed on their feet, their steps growing heavier with each passing mile. Still, they pushed on, driven by a force stronger than fatigue or despair. They helped each other, sharing the little they had, offering words of encouragement.
Marco witnessed acts of selflessness that humbled him. He saw strangers become companions, united in their struggle, their humanity shining through the hardship.
The kindness of strangers was a beacon in the darkness, but danger lurked in the shadows.
Bandits preyed on our vulnerability, robbing us of our meager possessions, our dignity.
Marco witnessed the cruelty of fellow human beings. He saw fear in the eyes of his companions, felt the cold grip of terror in his own heart.
The stories they whispered around the campfire at night chilled me to the bone. Tales of extortion, of kidnappings, of lives lost to greed and indifference.
Yet, they pressed on, their determination fueled by a potent mix of hope and desperation. They had come too far to turn back. The dream of a better life, however distant, kept them going. The Sonoran Desert stretched before them, a formidable barrier. The air hung heavy, thick with the smell of dust and despair.
The sun beat down mercilessly, draining our energy, our hope. The vastness of the desert was both terrifying and humbling.
It whispered tales of those who had perished within its embrace, their dreams swallowed by the sand. Days turned into nights, the stars their only companions.
The silence of the desert was broken only by the sound of our labored breathing, the crunch of sand beneath our feet. My throat felt like sandpaper, my vision blurred.
He stumbled, his body screaming for rest, for water, but the desert offered no solace, only a relentless test of their will to survive.